Hey, welcome guys. Good to see you. Welcome to the Core 3 video in our Masterclass series. In this video, we're going to deal with mastering the follow-up, the importance of an email system. Now, let's just recap from where we left off in our previous video about you got to build that, the importance of building a custom landing page. We highlighted the custom landing page and the bridge page, and we gave you some reasons why you want to be able to build that, because what it's going to do is going to increase conversions for you. It's going to make you stand head and shoulder above the crowd. It's going to pretty much eliminate competition, because your landing page, the custom landing page and bridge page is designed for you by you, so it's very unique and no one else will have it. So when a new prospect, a new person prospective customer that's looking to see and what you're offering, they won't know at all what you're dealing with, because no one has ever seen what you've created. You dig? So it's huge. You also get a better opt-in rate, because if someone, when people see the generic landing offer, people turn they close their eyes on it. They shut down. Their minds are closed because they feel like they've seen it already, and they don't want to go any further. But when they see something brand new that piques their interest, and you really can have a message that speaks to what they're trying to get to, then you have a better opt-in rate. Okay. And you'll be able to put your retargeting pixels on there, so those who do not say want to opt in right away, they can be brought back to you at a later time, so we can get more money. All right, so in this video, we want to deal with your list and your email follow-up sequence. This is very, very important. Now, this is I'll probably with interest say in the realm of which we're dealing with, which affiliate marketing business, your list is probably your greatest asset. And I keep saying asset a lot, and I want to make sure that we actually understand what that is. I don't want to take for granted. I want to make sure we hone in on our financial literacy. And the point I want to hit hard is I want to go back to Robert's first book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, what he deals with. Really breaking down, setting the foundation about what the rich teach their kids that the poor don't. And the one thing Rich Dad always says, that you got to be able to mind your business, which your business is how your cash is flowing to your life. So understand what a financial statements are. There's two parts of financial statements. There's the income statement and the balance sheet. Your income statement is your income and the expenses at the bottom. Balance sheets is your assets and your liabilities. He also said to really get a real picture of your financial statements, you actually need to have two financial statements. You need to have your financial statement and the financial statements of the bank, because they balance each other out. You need to have that yin and yang that will complete each other. All right. So we're going to deal with looking at some how cash flows. It's important to understand what cash you do have that you work hard for and how it's flowing. All too often, we never give this much thought, but it's critical to your success if you're trying to get to your final destination, which is wealth. All right, so this is the actual cash flow of the poor. Now, I'm not being negative or down talking bad about a demographic of people. This is just, remember, I'm not judging either. This is just revealing. I want to share with you knowledge so that we can heighten our awareness, so we can understand what's going on, see where you are, take assessment where you are right now, so you can plot a course for where you want to be. All right, so this is the cash flow of the poor. They have a job. And it shows up on their income as a salary. Now, right away, it goes through their expenses. It goes through their taxes, the rent, the food, transportation, and clothes. And next, they got to start all over again. Okay, this is the cash flow of the middle class. They have a job. It shows up on their income as a salary. And then the middle class typically have liabilities. And what's interesting is that we've been taught, if we have any type of financial IQ, we've been taught that these liabilities here, the mortgage, the car loan, the credit card debt, school loans, we've been taught that at least the mortgage was an asset. Well, it's not an asset, really. It's actually a liability, because remember, assets feed you, liabilities eat you. Now, these mortgage statements, these mortgage payments, the mortgages, liabilities here becomes an asset on your banker's financial statement, but not on yours. Okay, now we're going to deal with that a little more later, but I just want to show you how the middle cash flows. So when whatever liabilities you have, that's basically going to also be your expenses. You see how they flow up, and you see your taxes, the mortgage payment, your car note payment, your credit card payment, and your school loan payment. All right, let's look at the cash flow of the rich or the wealthy. They don't have a job by choice. Their income is derived from their assets right away from their balance sheet. They have real estate, they have stocks, they have bonds, they have notes, they have intellectual property. All those assets, they generate income that shows up on your income statement as rental income, dividends, royalties, interest. It can be, so all of that. That's how the money is being transferred. And there's the expenses. When you become, remember, wealth is measured over time. How long can you sustain your lifestyle without downgrading it, and all your bills are paid for? So not only do the wealth have expenses and they have liabilities, but they have made it to they've structured it to the degree where, let's say that their expenses and their liabilities, let's say that it totals $1 million in outflow. Okay, well, their assets generate at least $1.1 million, probably like 2, 3, 4 million, or even $1 billion. But as long as it's generating $1.1 million above their expenses, which is $1 million, then they literally do not have to do anything else but just live life, thrive. So that's how we get out of the rat race, because now our assets are taking care of all of it's providing income, and it's providing all of our expenses and our liabilities. Not that we don't have liabilities, that we don't have to work hard to pay for those liabilities. Our assets pay for our liabilities. All right, is that clear? Cool. So ultimately, this is what you want to have happen. You actually want to have a corporation, and your personal assets will actually flow through your personal corporation, and they will pay for your expenses, and it will show up, what's left over will show up as income to you, and your personal expenses flows to your corporation expenses. Now, this is just a quick down and dirty view of what how you ultimately want to operate from. This is a very powerful diagram here. So I just want to share that with you and keep that in mind. Now, I want to look at let's really look at the rich income statements. I spent a lot of time dealing with how the assets flow into your income. Now, I want to make it really. I want to hone in on building a affiliate marketing business, because that's what we're here to do. So I want to show you what some of those what your assets will be and your tools and expenses will be inside of your financial statements when we dealing with our business. If you should choose to build a rock solid affiliate marketing business that's six figure plus. So the tools that you will need, which will show up as expenses, are your custom page or funnel builder, your email capture system, your tracking system, the knowledge that you need to ascertain to master traffic generation and conversions, and your hub and MSIs. MSIs stands for multiple streams of income or multiple sources of income. We're gonna deal with that later. So that's really powerful. Now check this out. Your assets. I keep talking about assets. Your number one asset as an affiliate marketer is going to be your list. Okay, now in order to get this number one asset, like over here you see is real estate, stocks, bonds, and notes, and intellectual property. In order to get your list, guess what you will need as an asset? Your custom page funnel builder, your email capture system, your tracking system, your ability to gain knowledge and to be under the tutelage of people who are sharing the same community with you that understand traffic, mastering traffic generation conversions, and having your hub and also MSIs. So in order to get your list and to make it be your most powerful asset, you need these other assets. And one could argue which one is more powerful, because you cannot really get your list without these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other elements. You see what I'm saying? This is powerful. So now notice how the expenses and your assets in this case, they are the same, and they shift. I'm gonna show you how your assets and liabilities can shift as well. So I just wanted you to be mindful of how this fits in with what we do as affiliate marketers. Okay, affiliate marketers. Now check this out. If you don't have those assets, if you don't have those tools, this is the goal. If you have those tools, we're working toward this. This is our blueprint. This is the baddest, this is the most baddest and the most uncommon model ever. If you can structure this, and I know you can, because it's been done, it's been taught, and I'm helping you to do that. If you just keep your mind open and embrace these concepts, once you build this, the only way to build this is to have those tools, those expenses, which also show up as your assets. And then stick with me, because I'll show you how to turn through multiple sources of income. I can show you how to take those same tools and turn them to assets, because they're required to build your list, but also you can flip the switch to turn them for them to earn additional revenue for you. Okay, stay with me. Now check it out. If you do not want to have that model, then if you don't want to invest into those tools, if you don't want to invest into those all those 6 things that you need, those elements, so they can appear both in your expenses and in your assets column, then what you're going to be left with is a blueprint like this. And personally, honestly, I'm going to speak to you from the heart, which I've been doing throughout this whole series. If you're going to do this, I would advise you not to do it at all, because you just wasted money. You're going to be part of that 96% that is forever lost, that is not going to do anything of any consequence, and it's going to be detrimental to you, your psyche, your spirit, and you're going to be just trying to survive, not thrive. Okay, so the choice is always yours. I'm just showing you how to do it. That's what we're here to do. I want to really impart this into you so that you can live your best life and manifest everything you desire, if you want to choose affiliate marketing to do that with. Okay, now look, I want you to look at the poor income cash flow and the middle class cash flow. Listen, I'm sure by now you can identify to whichever category that you're in. You're either in the poor, middle class, or the rich. But I want to hone in it for my friends that are in the poor or middle class. If you're in either of these, first of all, let's look at the poor. First of all, you have a job and you have a salary, so that's good. You're able to pay for your bills. You got your taxes, your rent, your food, transportation, clothes. Now, if you're in the middle class, you have a job, you're able to pay for your expenses, but you have liabilities as well. Now, there's a way for you can shift your liabilities around to assets. Let's say you have a mortgage. Well, in this day and age, if you have a house or a rental property, you can like if you have a house, you may have a room available to rent it out, or you can have an Airbnb. So there's ways to shift now that liability to an asset. If you have a car, you can work with rideshare. You can rideshare with Uber, Lyft, or whatever is in your neighborhood, or whatever is the most prominent and lucrative type of business that you can tap into. Because if you go into that room, you enter into an independent contractor. You are a business. You're a self-employed business. If you look at the quadrants that we talked about, but you're still a business. You're a small business, a self-employed business, and you're able to generate money on your own terms. Okay, so this is how you can switch those liabilities to assets. Now listen, if you're still if you no matter which one you're in, the poor or middle class, if you become self-disciplined, if you become more aware of financial literacy, if you increase your financial IQ, if you really understand how your cash is flowing, what you can do is pay yourself first. Become disciplined. You have your job, which shows up as your salary. Instead of paying for everything first, set aside a bucket to save some money and for investing. Okay. And then you pay your expenses. If you're disciplined, understanding. So there's this thing called immersive empathy. So no matter what situation you in, it matters to the degree that you understand why you're in that situation. So if, let's say that you're in the poor category, and you have no vision for the future, and you have no goals, nothing to shoot for, you just, more than not, you don't know any better. You just kind of just living your life day to day, paycheck to paycheck. This is what it is. You don't know that there's a better life. But if you understand that there's a better life where you can actually turn your annual income into your monthly income, and you can have cash flow of the rich, you now can assess where you are and begin to use what you have with what you got right now. Everybody has 86,400 seconds in the day. No one else has more. No one else has less. It's the equalizer. It's what we do with those 86,400 seconds that determine what we will have and not have in life. Okay. So if you assess yourself and you're poor or middle class, guess what? Understand that now you have empathy. You are immersed in this situation, but it is not the final. It's not the final chapter of your life. This is just a moment in time. It's a snapshot of where you are. And when you understand that you're going to build the ultimate model, the most baddest, the most uncommonest model ever, so that you can create a rock solid business that will generate six figures or more for you, then you know that what I'm doing right now, I'm allowing myself the opportunity to latch on to what I desire in the future. And actually what I'm doing now, I'm bringing my future to me at a greater rate. So I said all that to say, don't be discouraged. I want to encourage you, because these are steps that you can take right now that will ensure that you will never be in the situation that you're in right now, because you have a plan now. You have a vision. You have a goal. You have something that you're moving toward. You understanding how cash is flowing in your own business, so you can understand how to make it duplicate in your business, right? In your business, and then also how to change the way your cash is flowing by acquiring assets instead of liabilities. So it now requires discipline. Everything does. Anything that is of worth consequence, it requires self-discipline. Discipline is simply giving yourself a command and sticking with it. You know, you're gonna falter, but that's fine. Just don't get in a pity party. Just pick yourself up and keep going. I tell my daughter every time she fall down 7, get up 8. And it's this thing that we say, if she hurt herself, like, hey baby, fall down 7, get up 8. And she knows that. Also, she whenever she says that she can't do something, like she at one point in time, she's 4 now, and I have a couch, right? We all do, hopefully. And she would try to climb up on it backwards, and she was some other task where she would say, I can't do it, daddy. And I was like, no, never, don't ever say I can't. Ask, how can I? See, remember, our questions that we ask, that the truth that we want, the wisdom that we seek, they're embedded in those questions. So if you say how can I instead of I can't, now, not only are you prophesizing that you can, but you ask in the universe and whoever that you want to believe in to help you to accomplish the task upon hand. But when you say I can't, what you're doing now, you're decreeing a self-fulfilling prophecy that you can't and you won't. And the universe is going to love you so much that it's going to make sure that you will have what you say you have. All right, now I'm going off on a little tangent, but it's necessary because I feel led to share this with you. Somebody who's listening to this right now need to hear this, okay? All right, cool. Let me keep moving now. All right, so this is what we right now, the list, the email system, this is what this focal point of this video is now. So in order to do this, we need to have a certain tool. Now, I alluded to it briefly. I don't know if you caught it, but in case you didn't, I want to be very specific. The tool that I'm speaking of is a product called CONVERTKIT. CONVERTKIT is a beast, and I actually was going to show you a little bit of my back office, but I'm gonna take it one step better. I actually want to show you a little video. It's like a minute and a half, and I want you to just see quickly of the overview of what is capable with ConvertKit, because some of you may be using another product or whatever. Because I have a couple different products I use, but I just recently switched to ConvertKit and I love it. I love it 100%. So I'm in the process of transferring all my follow-up sequences, all my data that the list that I've generated from other systems that I've had to ConvertKit, because I think ConvertKit is that great. So check it out. Hopefully you should be able to see this. I don't think I have to blow it up higher, but check it out.
Welcome to ConvertKit, the email marketing platform for creators. In this short video, you will see how ConvertKit simplifies your email marketing by combining powerful automations with an easy-to-use interface. The heart of ConvertKit is the visual automation builder, where you can clearly see how forms, tags, and sequences work together to deliver the right content to your subscribers at the right time. ConvertKit's automations are the engine that powers your blog and business. With them, you can set up sales funnels, tag buyers, survey with a click, track purchases, and much more. When you create a form, setting the call to action and supporting text is quick and easy. Adding the form to your site is a cinch as well, with options for JavaScript, HTML, and the WordPress plugin. Want to add a content upgrade to your form? It's as simple as 2 clicks, and there is no limit to the number you can have. When you create a sequence in ConvertKit, it's easy to switch between emails and edit in a single window. No pausing the sequence or clicking in and out of multiple pages in order to make changes. You can even make changes directly within the visual automation workflow that you've set up. To send a broadcast, just include or exclude the subscribers who fit the message, whether that is by form, tag, segment, location, or any number of custom fields. Our A/B testing tool allows you to use 2 headlines and automatically send the one which resonates the most with your audience. ConvertKit also integrates with all of your favorite e-commerce platforms, lead generation services, and membership sites. Are you ready to get started? Sign up now and begin growing your blog and business today. If you would like to see more, you can also request a demo and our team will be in touch with you shortly. We hope to see you in the ConvertKit family soon.
Yes, sir. ConvertKit equals beast. All right, cool. Now I'm about to have a couple more slides and we're going to wrap this puppy up. So listen, like I said before, some of you may be using right now who are that are in this space already have an email system. I will wholeheartedly advise you to check out ConvertKit, because it's a lot easier, it's more robust. It's just it's like, I think 4.5 years old versus because I know I have Aweber and GetResponse. I've been using those for years now, but I'm telling you guys, I'm switching over. I'm keeping. It's good to have at least a backup. So I'll probably keep Aweber, maybe just so I can have a backup in case something ever goes wrong. Just something you want to get to a place where you have a duplicate of everything that you do as far as tools, because you never want to be in a position where your business is falling or failing or not producing because something has happened with one of the unforeseen events with whatever tools that you may be dealing with. That being said, there's basically 2 main criteria that you need. You need to have the ability to create and send newsletters. Some people call them broadcasts, but they're pretty much the same thing. And then you need to have the ability to automate your email marketing. Listen, automation is what's up. Automation takes thought, takes foreknowledge, takes the right transference of energy with that particular email, but ultimately automation sets up your system that can work on autopilot now, so that you can do things so you don't have to show up anymore like daily, because you put a lot of work in one time. Basically, you're building a pipeline in a nutshell versus hauling buckets. Okay. Now listen, I have a tip for you. When you're using, no matter which email system that you use, you always want to use a custom domain. You don't ever want to use a free email account or your free or even your personal account. You want to create a custom domain, set up the corresponding email account, and then use that new business email and put that into your autoresponder, which is another word for your email system. From there, it increases deliverability. It makes you stand out. It makes you look more professional. It looks more sleek. It's just a bunch of benefits to it that you need actually that's going to help your business become that much more better. All right, now my second tip. I'm gonna give you this really quick but yet very powerful conversion sequence. Now, this is what I mean by this is because once people get on your list, you got to know how to, you got to bond with them. You got to connect with them. You know, you got to be real. Game, recognize game. People know if you really been genuine and sincere. Like anybody who's here on from the intro video, if you know, you can feel my sincerity toward you. You can feel my passion. You can understand how I want you to succeed as much as I want to breathe. You know, because I really do. Because I have a heart for this, and I know your success is tied to my success. Because who was it? Zig Ziglar said that if you help enough people get what they want, then you will get what you want. You know, and I've always just been a giver, and I learned how. Unknowingly, I was operating within the laws. I was in harmony with the laws. But now that I know that I am, it just intensifies my level of wanting to give more. So that being said, you recognize when people get opt into other people's pages, you really feel if people really are genuine, sincere. You know, they don't know how to really present themselves or bond with a person. You know, it's just be real. You know, you talk to your people on your list like you're talking to your best friend, because you really want to see them do well in life, you know, and in particular in this diaspora in which we're flowing from. So this is how you can sell without selling. Basically, when your first email is going to be a pitch about, you know, hey, you said you opted in for this, boom, this is what it is, this is what you asked for, bam, there it is. And your second email should be a soft pitch. It's like, hey, did you get the email I sent you already? Just want to double check. Have any questions? Boom, boom, boom. I'm here for you. Holla at me. All right. Now, the next sequence is like 3 emails that you want to just give pure value. You just want to see, you understand the product that you're selling or promoting, right? You become a product of the product. You know what the benefits are. So now you know that your customer, the people on your list, your prospects, they want to move from a pain and move toward pleasure or comfort. So you design your email sequence. It takes a lot of thought and foresight and knowledge and real just empathy, you know, and apathy to really understand how can I help you get from point A to point B. And it may be you may need to survey your list from time to time to see where they are and on their journey and what they actually need. You know what I'm saying? But then you begin to construct these emails or video blogs or blog posts or this, that, or whatever your medium that you use. You begin to send that and just like, here, boom. This is what I think will help you with what you're trying to accomplish. You're welcome. You do that 3 times and then you send a pitch. Hey, boom. Did you check this out yet? Maybe you want to check it out. That's your pitch. Remember, people need to see things like 4 to 7 times before they even buy. You know, sometimes it's more than that. So just understand the process and just do it. Understand the rules of the game and do it. And then your next sequence, you're doing another three emails that are value. Just give value. As you learn new things, so the cycle is this: learn, teach. No, I'm sorry. Learn, do, teach. Learn, do, teach. Learn something new, do it, and then teach it. So there's never like a lack of value that can be taught because there's so much information out here. But you gotta really understand what that product does, because that's what you're really doing. You're marrying the two. You want to make sure you really understand that product, the value of the product, and then begin to construct your unique value-driven emails. It creates engagement. The energy is transferred. Your list really feels that you're really trying to help them. You become an expert in their eyes. They become an authority figure. All these things, which are true. So this is what you do, and then you pitch again. So that's like the overall arc of your sequence that you want to get to. Okay, listen, I'm about to wrap this puppy up. If you would like to take advantage of ConvertKit's free 14-day trial offer, you know what to do. There's a red button below. Simply click on that bad boy and get yourself signed up for an account. And you know, it helps you. It shows you if you have a list already. You can import that bad boy if you started brand new. You just want to see what's up. You can do that too. Yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think, guys. Thank you for your time. You know, thank you for staying with me throughout this this third video. I look forward to seeing you guys in our core 4 video. Thank you very much, and I'll see you then. Sure. Bye bye.